Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Glad to have Martha Parker on the show. And she's an ergonomist. Thank you very much. MERG is the name of the company. And tell us about the name.
So, Kevin, it's a merge.
Merge.
So kind of like you're growing. My accountant who helped me start the firm came up with the name, and it stands for Martha and Ergonomics.
Oh, very good.
M-ERG.
And that's m-erg.com to find you online.
That's correct.
Yeah, it's a great website, too.
Thank you.
Kind of tell us the story, the history of it.
So I began Emerge in 2003 after moving to Houston about a year previous to that. And I had worked for a furniture manufacturer, done consulting for them, and realized that I really liked that part of that job. So I opened my own firm and started doing office ergonomic evaluations and light industrial ergonomic evaluations, and have been doing so ever since. We've grown from me and my cat, Samantha, who was the VP of corporate wardrobe, to 12 actual real-life people.
Yeah.
Who all wear our white shirts with our logo on it.
Very cool. Congratulations. Are you working mainly in the region, or are you national? Or talk a little bit about who your or where your clients are.
Our clients are mainly in Houston. Mm-hmm. We do have some internationally located clients, so we travel on behalf of them to their international locations. So we've gone to, of course, being in Houston will be oil and gas related. So we've gone to all the hot spots like West Africa or Indonesia, Russia, the Middle East. We've done a lot of office ergonomic evaluations throughout the world. And I never thought that would happen. I never thought I'd be traveling to, Angola, helping people use their chairs.
That's cool. You got to love that. Talk a little bit about the, and I guess you work entirely for businesses. I mean, obviously, people who are individuals who want this still get it from a book or from a documentary or whatever. Typically, they wouldn't hire someone like you to figure this type of thing out. But you're trying to reach and help lots of people in an organization.
We do. Our target customer is anywhere from 500 to 2,000 employees. That's where we do our best work. We've worked with companies that are much larger. But we've also, Kevin, done some individual evaluations for people at their home and in their home office. So we've done small law firms that have 5 to 10 employees, but we've also gone to people's houses and helped them, rearrange their bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. And talk a little bit about, is there particular industries? Obviously, ones like energy seems like a logical one.
Sure. And it's energy strictly because we're based here in Houston. But office ergonomics is applicable to anybody who works in an office. So it could be banking and finance. It could be real estate. It could be anybody who sits really behind a desk and works on a computer.
Yeah. Talk a little bit. Have you guys been hit by the energy situation here?
Yes and no. I think our current client list is kind of leveling off. We're not seeing a decrease. The good thing about what we do is that it helps with employee morale, and our job is to make people wildly successful. Mm-hmm. So if we can make employees and individuals better and more efficient at what they do, even in times of economic downturn like we're experiencing right now because of oil prices, we are getting the most out. We're helping companies get the most out of their employees.
Yeah, and the things we do with our bodies, while sitting at a desk, those kind of things really either foster stress or fight stress and that type of thing. Frankly, if you're in a company that's forcing or forced to downsize, seems like a company like yours would make more sense now than ever.
That's right. It's exactly right. Because it's helping get, like I said, the most out of the people that you have left, and help them be efficient, effective, and satisfied at their job.
Can you help, are you interested in helping businesses outside of Texas?
Oh, absolutely.
So are you making overtures in that direction?
We are. Our client list right now requires that we expand outside of Texas, and we're totally okay with that. And we will in the future. We've got some specialists who want to move away from Texas. And
seems like Silicon Valley would be like a huge gold mine for a company like yours.
Yeah, there is a very well-established ergonomics network in major cities.
Yeah. Sounds like that. When they're paying employees so much, and that's so competitive anyway, it's just, I guess you could say the soft areas, the intangibles, like what you do that are so important to their physical health that can make such a big difference. Wow, this company really does care for me. To me, it seems like a great way to demonstrate that.
That's right, and it's real soft sometimes, and it's hard for companies to put a number on it because they like to say, well, we spent this much on your services and we got this much in return. And sometimes that's difficult because of the nature of the work that people do. If you work with a call center or you work on an insurance claim floor, it's easy to see sometimes the implications of making a change at your workstation or changing your habit because you can answer 5 more phone calls an hour or you can process 2 more claims. But in what we do most of the time in the office, it's intellectual work and it's hard to measure. It's difficult to measure. So I was able to get through, 5 more emails, or I was able to interpret 15 more lines of seismic this hour. And those things are sometimes difficult to measure.
I was significantly more friendly to your clients entire time. I had to engage with them on the phone.
That's right.
And that's the kind of stuff that really does pay off.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right.
It seemed like a great way would be like if you had your customer service people in those environments to see what kind of response and surveys that you're getting after 6 months of a program like yours. But to me, it seems like it's a program that requires 6 months to a year to really quantify the value, the traction.
It does, and so much of that is at the beginning. You're teaching people why we're even there in the first place. Most people know that they need an ergonomist. They just don't know it till we're there, and then they say, "Where have you been?"
I think ergonomists are very useful, and I'm glad that you were able to tell your story. Martha Parker, and her company's called Merge, and you find it online at m-erg.com. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me, Kevin.
You bet. When we come back, we're going to have much more for you. Do want to remind you, this content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter, and this is The Price of Business.